Sportin Wales podcast, powered by Sinclair Group, your go-to for Welsh sports news and views. Welcome back to another episode of Sportin Wales podcast. Today, joining me on the pod, we have two, it's written down Welsh legends, but that's questionable. Gareth Anscombe from Bayon and Dillon Lewis, first time on the pod, mate. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. How's life with the Dragons? Or you moved back to Lantrysson, haven't you?
Yeah, I moved home now. Dragons is good. It's been really good so far. It's been a tough pre-season. And the nice thing is there's a lot of numbers at the moment, a lot of bodies, and getting through some work. And, as everyone's seen, there's been a lot of new signings, a lot of new faces.
Yeah, we'll get into that a bit later on. Gar obviously moved to Bayonne. Family joined over in the week. How has it been over there? How's your French?
Yeah, it's slowly coming along. It's I'm just managing to pick up a few French slang words at the moment for the rugby stuff. That's my main focus. But
can we get some examples?
Yeah. No. It's better than my wife, though, that's for sure. But yeah, family got over on the weekend, and we just settled into the house now. So it's nice to be able to relax a little bit with the family and into the new pad, which is it's nice.
So obviously, how was the talk about your trip over? How long did it take you? So you flew back to the UK to meet up with your partner and the kids to then drive back to Bayonne.
Yeah, it was a shift, mate. So we Sunday morning, I flew from Barrett to Gatwick, and the family picked me up at Gatwick. Then we drove to Dover. Then we had a 2-hour wait in Dover, jumped on the train, got to Calais, and then from Calais we stopped Saturday night in Tours, which is about 5 hours away. Got in about 11 p.m, woke up at 6 a.m, was on the road by 7 a.m, and we got to Bayonne about 5 hours later at about 1 p.m.
Wow, with two kids, under 5. Wow.
How much of that did you organise?
Sounds like it. That's the worrying thing.
Yeah. I just turned up, mate. I just turned up and drove. But to be fair, the kids were brilliant on Saturday. They were probably in the car for 14 hours. The last 2 hours probably got a bit spiky for them. But yeah, they got through it, and we're all sorted now in our house. So I was by myself for the first 3 weeks, which was a bit different, a bit quiet, and now the madness begins again.
Wow, fair play. To be in a car for him with 14 hours is well done, Mitz.
Yeah, well done, Mitz. You couldn't pay me enough. Imagine the chat. It wasn't any.
It wasn't any at all.
Blasting Spotify the whole time.
Dale, obviously you moved to Newport from Quins. How was your time in Harlequins?
Yeah, I loved
it.
Yeah, I loved my time in Quins. It was an unbelievable experience. London was cool, and obviously getting to experience that. My first season, I think every day off, me and my partner were in London, and the lifestyle was cool. The rugby was good for the first year. Sadly, the second year I was injured for most of it. But yeah, it's an incredible club. A lot of good people there. The boys were class. So yeah, I loved it. Good 2 years.
Talk to me about your social media. That's sort of taken off, isn't it? And Brave Boys, obviously your company.
I wouldn't say taken off, but it was.
Is that on the back of your missus, or is this all yourself?
She definitely prodded me to do it.
Yeah.
It was more, I got injured, and I just thought, right, why not do it now? Just started vlogging my injury, my bicep repair. And called myself a brave boy sarcastically, and it sort of stuck. And then off the back of that, I also called her the Rottweiler, and I think that's grown a bit more than brave boy has. I can say quite frequently I go out and people ask, "Where's the Rotty?"
Wow.
So
have you got merchandise coming out with the Rottweiler?
I have. It's called the Doghouse Collection.
You're not giving out any freebies yet, though, are you?
No, not yet. No. Well,
that's the hat there. Everyone can see it. There it is.
The last time I spoke to Dill, right, he was telling me he was off to Dubai. They were giving him an apartment in Dubai, and he was going to be a content creator. And then 2 weeks later, I find out he's signed for the Dragons and he's moving to Newport. So it was
cash money.
Newport's got more pull than Dubai, mate. It's lovely. All right, nothing wrong with Newport.
Lovely.
What do you think of his social media, Gar?
Well, it's funny because even when I was at Gloucester, me and Tommy started getting boys coming up to us, be like, "Do you know this brave boy guy?" So the fact that
do I know him? He made me.
The fact the boys at Gloucester were starting to see it, and it was everywhere. So it was fairly entertaining, wasn't it, Dill? You had a bit of fun with it. So
I think the biggest fear is like, well, if I was you go back a couple of years when I was in Cardiff,
you get hammered.
You wouldn't dare.
No.
But like
nah.
the Harlequins environment was a lot more welcoming to stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I think the English clubs definitely are though, Dill. Like even I noticed at Gloucester, the banter we had at Cardiff was borderline harassment and bullying every day. And you get to the English clubs and they're just so much more respectful and it's just way more above line. Whereas anything in Wales, if you've got something funny to say, you will go for the kill, won't you?
Mate, 100% true, that is.
I
Same
feel
Exeter, mate.
I feel like the banter's just more educated. Like there's
Just
meaning
a bit
behind
smarter.
it. Yeah, there's like thought about it, and it's not so much cutthroat.
Personal.
Yeah.
Danny Southworth, he's signed with Cardiff. And I remember the last season, we caught up obviously after the game, and the first thing he said, he goes, mate, they're brutal, aren't they? Straight away, he was like, they're so harsh. They're so
You have to have some thick skin to come to regional rugby and just walk through the door every morning was, do you know what I mean? If you walk through the door and no one said anything to you, you've had a good start.
If you or Tommy or Corey Tom or one of the little academy lads say something, you're like, right, okay,
if you come into training feel a little bit vulnerable, or the boys have something, you know you're in for a tough day, don't you?
Yeah. If you've had a big weekend, Monday's tough.
Sketchy Monday. Fair play. Well, I'm expecting some more social media, especially down the Newport Dragons. They'd be pretty open at that, wouldn't they? You're already on the case or no?
Weirdly, so I was unaware actually. The head coach, Philo,
Yeah.
came up to me on Monday. Love the videos, bro.
Green light then.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, happy days. All right, okay. So no, they are pretty welcoming down there, and the boys are all behind it. To be fair,
Well, they want to probably be in it, mate.
yeah. Well,
The
they'll
Rotty.
soon come. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
You know,
Well,
in fairness though, like I think back in the day, the boys definitely would have got a ton of grief if you do this stuff. But I do think from a fan's perspective nowadays, that's what people want to see, isn't it? They want to see stuff behind the scenes and what the boys do every day. And I think if you can take the flack for doing it, there's certainly videos I think everyone enjoys watching these days.
yeah, definitely. And I think in football, it's even more now, isn't it? People probably support the player more than the club, don't they? You know, in terms of like Ronaldo's got more followers than everyone in the Prem, you know, put together. You know, everyone wants to follow individual.
The goal, Ronaldo.
Dillon's got a bit of chat. So, how many followers have you got? 600? Not far off. 600 mil.
600 Newport followers now. Just bringing them over slowly.
Oh, you're guaranteed to get a like off them, mates. So
Yeah. Engagement's key.
Right, because you two have joined two new teams, just going to ask you a few first impression questions of some of your teammates. So we'll go with you, Gareth, first, because half of them probably don't even speak English, so this could be interesting. Which teammate has impressed you the most in training? Probably the ones that can speak English too, is it?
Yeah, no, look, we've got a really good, powerful back row, Esteban Capello.
What's his name?
Esteban Capello.
That's a good stuff. Yeah, I will believe you on that one, mate. Yeah, he's good, is he? Has he got some Welsh? Sounds Welsh.
I've heard he's good. I haven't actually trained yet.
I'm not sitting on the
People speak highly of him.
Touchline, yeah, it's really good.
But honestly, he's a really good athlete. He's quick. You know, he's a bit like Henry Pollock, but probably just a bit taller. So he can play six lock. They do play a lot of their sixes over here like sevens.
Okay.
They tend to mix and match. And we got a couple of good outside backs. Tom Spring, who made his debut for France over the weekend. Back in the summer series. Fullback wing, he's really sharp. So he's been pretty good at training as well.
Dill, anyone from the Dragons? Obviously, they signed a lot of them this year. Obviously, like yourself, Win as well, and Thomas Young. Who else is Seb.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of your old boys. Yeah,
there's a lot of old Cardiff boys there. But there's quite a few good young front rowers and back rowers as well. Dillon, KG, Lucid, very good. Brody Coughlin, hooker, played a lot last year as well.
Yeah.
Top
tackler,
Ryan Woodman.
Yeah.
Ryan Woodman, very good. There's some really good young players there.
Anyone to look out for the season? Maybe not quite there, but we'll probably build in.
Yeah, it's tough to say. Obviously, you don't know what sort of team they're going to pick yet. Like you said, there's a lot of new faces, some good young backs as well. We got a young back, Jack Lloyd, Johan's brother.
Right. Okay.
And he is all personality.
Right.
He is hilarious. So hopefully he gets a run out, and because he is clean off.
Is he, well, that was my next question. Literally, who's the loudest / joker of the squad in the change room? You know, some boys live that. You know, like someone like Lewis Jones.
Yeah,
he wouldn't play any games, but he'd be class in the change room.
James Benjamin, the hooker.
Yeah.
I think it was about 3 weeks until I heard him speak in his actual accent. He's walking around Kiwi, Aussie, Irish like all day.
Right, okay.
It's like a tick now. So he's very funny. Angus O'Brien funny, but the loudest. I actually don't know.
You had any socials?
It's probably me. Yeah,
probably it is Dillon. I don't even know why I asked him that, to be honest.
Yeah, no one's gonna word him when Dillon's there.
No, literally. Anyone from you, Bayon? Any absolute French nutters or some Saffers?
No, like you say, at the moment, the hardest part is the day-to-day interactions around the coffees and stuff, which is sort of above my head at the moment. The boys speak fairly quickly, so unfortunately, I'm probably not picking up their French banter just yet. But
you got Manu Tuolangi there after a couple of beers. He gets pretty excited.
Yeah. I had a couple of beers with Manu already. He loves the red wines, actually. So
I'd stay away from him, Guy. He's quite scary.
So it's certainly nice having him on my side for once, that's for sure.
Yes, 100%. Guy, you obviously moved to Bayonne. Who's your translator? Who's the guy that you're like, mate? What's he saying?
I tell you who's French is really impressive is Reece Hodge, the Wallaby 13/wing fullback. Yeah, so he's been out injured. He's come back from a nasty injury, but his French is very good, so he's been very helpful. Gio is a Kiwi, number 6, number 8, who's been in France for about 10 years now. He was at Pau, Stade Francais, and now at Bayonne. And yeah, he's usually my one on the field that if I'm talking, he translates for me. And likewise, when the boys are talking, he translates back to us. So he's been useful as well.
Kiwi's taking all the French money, isn't he?
Yeah. Not even the good ones either.
Boy, have you had any socials yet?
Yeah. We actually had a social about 2 weeks ago, and the new boys all had to do a skit. And if it wasn't,
a what?
If it wasn't, we had to do like a performance, a skit.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so
skit.
Yeah, like yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah, can we get a taste of it?
For me, Rob Leota and Herschel Yantes, we did indoor synchronized swimming, little set that we picked up off YouTube, and actually got standing ovation. So it was well received. We won it. So thankfully we kept the hair. So we're pretty pleased with it actually.
Any howling ones? Or was that it?
Yeah, a couple of young boys, the Aspire boys. Do you remember America's Got Talent? They did the towel, and you're naked, and the guy was shifting the towels around each other. Do you remember that one? It was just a white towel. So the basically naked, and the whole thing is you're chucking towels to each other while covering your bits. But it was actually done last year by some other boys who did it far better. So they got booed off stage and got sculpted, got their head shaved pretty quickly.
Oh, so if it's no good, it's like the Gloucester.
I think the young boys, regardless, are going to get their head shaved.
Right, okay.
You could have done with that, mind. Howling out of it today.
Hey, at least mine grows back. What does yours do?
It's out of choice, mate. Right? It's a lifestyle choice.
It's for content, mate.
Yeah, our boys, like the older boys, I think we're always pretty safe. But it was a good day. We went paintballing after training, and then went to a restaurant. It got pretty wild actually. So it was good fun.
Oh, not a bit different to the old Gloucester one where you have to drink 30 pints of milk, spewing ill for like 2 weeks. So you don't miss that one.
No.
Go. Any?
We actually had our first social initiations last week.
Do you lead it?
Can you share?
I can share part of it.
Share a little bit then.
Yeah, I'll share a little bit. So it was a cricket social, but it's all geared around initiating the new boys, and there was obviously a lot of new boys. The first activity was you were in pairs, a flagging of bow between two of you into a Bronco rep, and then if you won that,
wow.
if you won that, you got out of the rest of the initiations on the day. So me and
You
Youngie,
were there all day, were you?
me and Youngie, I saw the flag it off. Go with the quickest block. Youngie, go on, mate.
Yeah, send him out like a dog. Go on, boy.
We won our one and we fit up for the rest of the day. It was lovely.
Oh, happy days.
Yeah.
Fair play. And
Yeah.
then obviously you
There
can't
was-
really explain everything.
No, I
else.
can't really say much.
But
I
it was
don't really
good.
want to give much else away. Yeah, it was good.
Any boys really buy into? Everyone bought into it.
Everyone bought into it. Yeah, even there was one or two who couldn't drink, and they had to like milk.
It's actually worse.
Yeah, it's
not
worse.
drinking, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like-
it always is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Always worse.
it was like
I
milk
remember.
and stuff like that.
What did we do? Reece Patchford didn't drink, did he? 1 year. What did we? He had about 35 phase ones, didn't he, or something? He was absolutely wild, wasn't he? Or something stupid like that.
We've got exciting news. Jaguar Land Rover, Cardiff and Newport are now part of the Sinclair Group. For over 80 years, we've been trusted across Wales, built on family values and driven by expertise. Jaguar and Land Rover represent heritage, innovation and performance, just like us. And we're here to make every journey on and off the road feel extraordinary. Join us for the next chapter and belong for good. Sinclair Jaguar Land Rover, Cardiff and Newport. The extraordinary journey continues. Welcome to the family.
Okay, I got a few more little. These are from social media for you lads. They're a bit random, to be honest. But if the squad was on Big Brother, who would be voted off first and why?
What our club for the Dragons?
Yeah.
Elliot D probably voted off first.
Oh.
Easy voted off first.
He'd actually be
Just-
proud of that as well.
Yeah,
wouldn't
he'd love it. Yeah, he'd be the first in summit at least, wouldn't he?
He'd love the attention, wouldn't he?
First
yeah.
or something.
He would
Yeah.
love the attention. Yeah.
Of course, he'd be the one. Guy, anyone Bayon? Who's that? Everyone would vote you off, probably, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I'd be a chance.
I'd
wouldn't
get
I?
my I'd start watching
No.
after that.
Another one. This is a bit random. Who's most likely to start a fight with the vending machine?
Oh.
It's here.
No comment.
Comment.
Sam Hobbs.
Sam Hobbs. Yeah. Angry man.
Sam Hobbs, yeah.
He coaches my boy.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, great.
we'll cut that bit out.
Yeah, cut that out.
Me
Yeah.
and your boy won't get picked.
Guy, anyone? Any absolute? Must be loads of French
yeah.
nutters.
Yeah, I tell you what, our fullback Cher, who actually again was going to make his debut for France in the summer series before he did his hammy. He's a fairly emotional bloke, so the boys love getting stuck into him. He's got a very short fuse, so he's probably the first candidate. He's our fullback.
Oh, nice. I got one more then. If the squad had a dance off, who would win and who would end up a meme?
Rio Dyer would win. Very good mover.
Is he?
Smooth mover, yeah.
Right.
Very good dancer. And who would end up a meme?
Yeah.
That's a tough one, huh?
Yeah, it's tough.
Meme.
Trying to think.
Yeah.
Guy, you haven't got any moves. It's like bloody.
Yeah,
No,
we're
certainly
gonna be
wouldn't do that.
teammates by the sound of it. Get to know him, man.
Bring her on for a
Hey,
barbie. He's got a big
stop
house.
sitting on your
I've
own
only,
and
been
talk
here
to
for, I've
him.
only been here for 3 weeks.
Just
Still
Google
learning.
Translate. Just hi, Gareth. Nice to meet you. Talk to me, please.
Oh, well, he'd get used to it, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He was used to it when we Cardiff. No,
Yeah.
no one listened to him. Right, lads, let's get into obviously. Dill, you've moved to the Dragons. Some exciting business being done, obviously, with the South, Wyn Jones, Seb, Tina's to be a top. Geez, they've just signed half of Cardiff, haven't they? Thomas Young, Mackenzie Martin, Harry Bedell from Leicester in the 20s. What is Fido Tia thinking? What's he? Obviously, you don't really know your starting team yet. Have you got any inkling in terms of how it's going to look this season? Going to win a game? I'm sorry.
No, we actually like I said earlier, preseason's been really good.
Yeah.
And we had a hit out against Cardiff 2 weeks ago, so that was good to sort of run plays and run out shape against a team that don't really know what's coming, and vice versa, defend plays and stuff. So
Yeah.
boys looking really sharp at the moment. Like I said, they've recruited heavy and they've recruited well. And you know, I'm really hopeful for the season. Like
Yeah.
if you know, everyone has a brilliant preseason, but off training and off what we're producing at the moment, like I am really hopeful and really positive. It's a good place to be at the moment. Training's been good, and it's a good crew of players in. They've added a lot of experience in areas that they wanted to add experience and stuff. So it's been good so far.
Who are the guys who are standing there? Who are the leaders, the talkers? I always wonder the Dragons. Obviously, it's quite a young team. Well, last year wasn't it?
Yeah.
But you've signed a lot of experienced players. Is yourself, Tinas?
Yeah,
Are they the ones coming in to lead it all?
I think they had like a lot of leaders, like your Ben Carter, your Angus O'Brien, your Harrison Keddy, like these players, and they've just added some more into that. So Tinas is very vocal, Youngie's very vocal. So yeah, it's been really good, and like you said, they probably needed to add a bit of experience to what was a young squad. And they've obviously signed some Tongans as well, which is exciting. So yeah, it's good.
Well, they're always good to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has that been easier, Dill, like to settle in with so many Cardiff lads, or?
Well, to be like Wales is like Wales is small anyway.
Yeah.
Like you play with a lot of these players coming through age grades, or you're bumping into them constantly. But it has been an easy transition. Yeah, it's like massively welcoming crew and the coaching staff as well. So it's nice, it's not always nice coming home. You would have felt that coming back from Exeter and stuff. It's a lot easier coming that way than it is going the other. So yeah, I've loved this preseason. It's been good.
So it will be remiss if not to ask, has there been much chat around, obviously, with this WU plan and proposal and this consultation, but has there been much chat around the boys, or has it been head down, just get the training done, and I guess off-field stuff is out of your control, really, isn't it?
Obviously, there has been a lot of talk amongst the players and stuff, but again, there's only so much of that you can control. I think, you would have had it. We've been in God knows how many merger or crisis meetings.
Strike.
Strike or whatever it is over the years. And I think, obviously, the frustration is this is all still going on for players where, ultimately all we want to concentrate on is the rugby. But there is that sort of elephant lingering. So yeah, that is frustrating. As players, all we want to do is concentrate on the rugby, and like I said, there's not a lot we can control really at the moment. So all we can do is wait and see. And
yeah, I guess it's all out of your control. From a personal level, try and get back into Wales. I guess pushed for that World Cup. Yeah,
that was a big thing of coming home. Was obviously international duties. Sort of fell out of favour over the past 12 months. 18 months for whatever reason, and I just felt coming home was probably the best opportunity for me to put my hand up and try and get back in that Welsh squad.
Yeah, I'm sure you will do, mate. I'm sure you do. Gareth, Bayon, stacked squad, mate. Looking at some of the names you got: Mateo Carreras, Manu Tuolangi, Reece Hodge, Cirelli Maquela. How do you say that? Joris Segons. My French is nearly as bad as Gareth.
Maquela sounds good.
Federico Mori, and you got likes of Maxime Machineau and Herschel Yankees, isn't it? He was at Stormers last year. That's a pretty stacked team, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you play, Gar?
You're going to get in that team.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Team 2, warm them up.
Yeah, to be fair.
Racing this week, boys.
I have butchered some of those names. I'm really sorry.
They weren't too bad. They've got a fairly strong, actually, Argentinian content here as well. But like you said, Mateo's away with Argentina at the moment in the Rugby Championships. We haven't seen him yet, so he'll be a few weeks. And a few from last season, like you said, Joris, the fly half, he debuted for France in the summer, along with a few outside backs, which was really exciting for the club. So from a Bayon's perspective, I think the club is in a really good place. They've improved each year and had a really good season last year, narrowly losing the semi-finals to Toulouse. So, look, the club's fine, really. They've sold out their last 35 home games, I think it was. They went the whole of last season undefeated at home. Look, we played Biarritz on Thursday, just a pre-season warm-up, and that was sold out. So, look, the city loves it. So, hopefully we can build on their success from last season.
Yeah, because I guess they were probably the overachievers, weren't they? I think they finished fourth in the league, which, considering they're quite a small... Well, they're not a small side, are they? But it was probably not, on the record to get in that top 4, is it? So
well, I think they've been promoted from Pro D2 from I think 3 or 4 years ago, and have got better and improved each year. And last season went really well. So the fact that they're now producing some French internationals is massive for the city. And like I said, that there's a few good youngsters coming through as well. There's a few in the French under 20s. So yeah, it seems like they're moving in the right direction. So, we're hopeful that we can just carry on. So we got Toulouse tomorrow night, our last preseason friendly. So I guess we'll see where we're at tomorrow night.
So you played Biarritz last week, which is the derby match.
Yeah.
Which is obviously going to be flat out. You played an hour?
Yeah.
How was that? That must have been pretty good. Biarritz, like that. That's like they're in Pro D2, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, we lost the game, which wasn't great, but we
won the last 20.
Can't please an hour.
When I got to the club in pre-season, one of the biggest focuses was discipline, and they said last year the discipline was just insanely poor. I think one game they gave away something like 23 penalties, and then first half on the weekend we gave away 11, ended up giving away I think 17, 18 penalties. So it was fairly tough to get our game going with that. So it's something that we really need to address. But you can see how much the city loves it. The fact that we've sold out, I think back in the UK, every time we play a preseason game, it's fairly quiet, isn't it? It's during the day, it's quite low key, but it almost felt like a normal game. So I imagine tomorrow will be the same. And then next week we kick off our season against Perpignan. So it's a long season here. It's definitely marathon. Yeah. So we'll have to manage it as we go along.
Yeah, you're looking at September to June with the Champions Cup.
Yeah,
is that what that is?
Who have you got on the Champions Cup?
Yeah, it's a tough old right. We've got Leinster, we've got Leinster, Leicester, Harlequins, La Rochelle, Stormers.
Oh my
so I think September is crazy. I think we've got Toulon away, Toulouse home, Leinster home, Leicester away, Stormers. Yeah, it's a tough little stretch, that one. So the positive thing is for the club, they haven't been in Champions Cup in a fair few years, so it's fairly exciting for the place. But there's certainly going to be a big challenge for sure.
What's Bayon like then, Guy? Like, is it rugby mad? Like, if you go out for a coffee, will you, is it like walking around Cardiff, everyone just wants to chat about rugby sort of thing? Or is it a little bit more chilled?
Well, I think right now the where it's located is such a tourist hotspot. So it's right next to Biarritz, which is right on the coast and is a stunning part of the world. So at the moment, the city's really busy, just full of tourists, really. So even the boys said last week in our game didn't quite have the same atmosphere, maybe not quite as vocal or passionate because there's probably a lot of tourists at the game. So it sounds like from September, tourists clear out, and that's when the city sort of settles in. And I think that's where you get a real feel for the city. But it's so busy at the moment. It's obviously the weather's pretty good most days. So the beaches are packed and the city's busy.
Sinclair Group has been part of the motor industry for over 80 years. That's not just a number, it's generations of trust built on shared values, because family isn't just who you're born to, it's who you choose to stand with, and that's what matters to us. We offer new and approved used vehicle sales and service for some of the world's biggest motor brands, and trust, that's at the heart of it all. So whether you're starting your journey or continuing a legacy, visit sinclairgroup.co.uk. Belong for good.
Dill, are you looking forward to playing at Rodney Parade and not getting absolutely abused?
Yeah, well,
being on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's a tough place to go when you're playing away. The amount of abuse. I'm going to see all them soon, and they're all
going to want your autograph.
Didn't mean it. Didn't mean it. You're not that bad.
It is quite brutal there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is brutal. I think it's where the dugout is situated as well. Like, the fans are on top of you, so I am actually looking forward to playing it. Like, they've relayed the surface and everything. It's actually a good track now. Because you remember, like, those Christmas games and, like, the weather would have come in and, like, it was just... There was no standard of rugby being played just because the pitch was so bad. But they obviously relayed it and it's a good track now. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting down there and having the supporters, well, hopefully not hurl abuse at me.
Well, hopefully, give it a couple of weeks, mate.
The awesome thing about the Dragons is they actually still have a decent following, considering the recent, poor run of results over the last few years. So you just imagine if you boys can actually string a few results together, it actually is a tough place to play, particularly once you start getting a few fans in. So I suppose if you guys can get off to a good start, Rodney Parade can be fairly hostile, can't it?
And obviously with what's going on with the W, there'll be a lot of Dragons fans thinking, right, I need to be... Probably want to come down and support even more now, innit? I don't know what to say.
You'd hope it'd sort of galvanise everyone and just say, like, let's all get down there and, because if the chat is that it is going down to 2 regions or whatever, then you don't actually know how long, I guess, the Dragons will be there because no one actually. It's all up in the air. So hopefully it brings people down. And like you said, there's a lot of exciting things happening. A lot of new players there, and a lot of positive things sort of happening on the field. So hopefully it packs the ground out and we can get it bouncing. Yeah.
Yeah. Gar, I just want to ask you, final bit. I was going to chat a little bit around Steve Tandy, and obviously being the new head coach, and then obviously there's some of the W modules. Have you got an opinion, or are you sort of just, obviously being out in France, you sort of just tried to stay out of it?
Yeah, to be fair, it is quite nice being sort of out of sight, out of mind out here. But yeah, I think in the long term, I don't know if 2 regions is the way forward. I can't see how that helps Wales in the long run. I think most definitely it's going to help the 2 teams, whoever it is, they'll be more competitive. But I can't see how it's going to produce enough talent. It's not going to give them enough young boys, enough exposure to play. And I think post-COVID, the biggest thing I've seen within Wales, and even the struggles at Gloucester, is the fact that good young players just can't play at a reasonable high standard enough. They're not getting enough experience. So I think 2 regions in the long term for Wales is not the way forward. I do think change is needed.
The short term doesn't outweigh the long term, does it? In terms of chucking all your best players in 2 teams, brilliant, good for now. But like you said, that conveyor belt of youngsters coming through. I think the biggest thing for me growing up was it was a clear path on how you make it to play professional rugby.
Yeah, one step at a time.
All the steps was a very clear path, and then it was obviously down to you to get there then. But I just don't know. I feel like that muddies that process quite a lot, and obviously everyone's worried about youngsters not playing rugby at the moment, and the sort of participation of young players in Wales dropping. I just think I don't know how you sell that to a youngster.
Yeah, I think that's what this consultation period will be, wouldn't it? I think that there'll be a big period of chatting to a lot of stakeholders and people involved in the game. So
I think the other thing they've mentioned too is going down to 2 teams, and they talked about having less foreign players in.
Yeah, so each team will only allow 2, so there'll be only 4 within the 2 teams allowed.
Yeah, I just think too, when you look back at the regions being successful, they've always had some good foreigners, and I think it's not only the talent that they bring, which is obviously the main reason you bring them, but it's also the knock-on effect of how they're usually a little bit more experienced, so they pass on their experiences. They also view the game slightly different. I just think having those different ideas and values is quite important to continue to improve the game. You get stuck. We're so insular in Wales. If we only have a limited foreigners, I don't think that's positive either. I think I look back to my time at Cardiff. The perks of having someone like Jared Hoyata at the club for us at the time, his knowledge and his expertise around things in the game, and also his value in bringing through the youngsters, particularly around set piece time, and also during that time, I guess it might not happen as much going forward, but when Wales were playing, those sort of guys are your sort of cultural leaders, and your leaders when you're going away. So it's so much easier for the Welsh boys to maybe step back in and not have to carry the can as much. So I hope they look at that as well, because I actually think there's so much value in still having some real talent from overseas come in and share some different ideas, as well as them just being class players as well.
Yeah, it happens in England, doesn't it? In all the English clubs, and in the same league with like Leinster, the way they sort of handpick certain players, don't they, that they think will probably offer a lot, isn't it?
Offer a lot of value, yeah. I think that was probably something which was quite nice in Quins, there was a lot of players from different sort of pockets, and like Gareth said, you pick up so much from someone else's perspective.
Yeah, you don't get narrow-minded, do you?
It's sort of, you do learn a lot.
Yeah.
So I do agree with that point. Like, I think you do need a good crew of overseas players in any squad, really. Like, it does strengthen it from all aspects, and especially if you look at just having 2 teams, then a good core of those 2 teams would end up going to international duties.
Yep.
You lose a lot of those players, and then if you're losing all your leaders, just echoing Gareth's point there, like, you do need a lot of strong voices that are in the club all year round.
Yeah, the whole point, wasn't it, obviously with the cap rule, was that players were there for that fallow week, wasn't it? But if you, I don't know, there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, the other big talking point, which has pretty much got lost, was it the Steve Tandy appointment. Was that an obvious choice still, or were you thinking they were going to go for someone, outside of Wales, like not Welsh at all?
I feel like well, obviously there's a lot of chat about the importance of getting a Welsh or someone who'd spent a lot of time in Wales coaching beforehand. There was a lot of that chat going around, and I feel like it was like before Christmas that Tandy's name was mentioned. So yeah, like he's spent a lot of time in Wales, and he's obviously gone away and coached away as well, and been very successful at international rugby. So yeah, I think it's a good appointment.
Yeah, it all depends who he
No one else for the job. Pick me.
Obviously, another big one for him is if what staff he picks, isn't it? The backs, defence. I guess he's going to probably have free reign on who was involved. Whether Matt Sherritt stays involved, I don't know, but that's the big one, isn't it? I think as well. I know he's a big appointment, but he needs staff around him, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, like I think Jockey did a great job in his 2 stints with Wales. So I'd be shocked if he wasn't approached. And yeah, there is massive because there are a lot of young players, or the squad has had a lot of young players in over the past couple of years, and I think they can be influenced quite heavily. So I think if you get a good coach in there and try and help these players as much as possible, I think it'd be brilliant.
Sinclair Group has been part of the motor industry for over 80 years. And in that time, we've learned it's not just about cars, it's about the impact we leave behind. We believe in driving change, supporting the people around us where we live and work. Because when our communities thrive, we all do. We offer new and approved used vehicle sales and service for some of the world's biggest motor brands. But what drives us goes far beyond the road. So whether you're starting your journey or continuing your legacy, visit sinclairgroup.co.uk. Belong for good.
I was asking Dill then when you disappeared, his favourite story about yourself at Cardiff.
Well, yeah. There's a few.
I brought you up really, Dill, didn't I? Brought you up through grades.
No,
took you under my wing.
You see the true colours of a man when you meet him at the bar on a night out. You see the true colours of a man.
Hang on,
one singer, one song, all right? Chill out.
Right, we're just going to chuck lies out here.
Well, no, I was a young academy pup in the 20s. Gareth didn't actually know my name. You all right, mate? I was like, oh, Dillon, nice to meet you. I met him 20 times. Didn't take any notice of me.
No.
And I met him at the bar, and he's like, I'll get these. He's ordered about 10, 12 drinks or whatever. Shot off. Made me pay for
Generous.
Them. Come back 10 minutes later, just grabbed all of them and walked off. Not even a thank you.
Not a word spoken since.
Just good boy, I think he said.
Good boy.
Good boy. Good
well
boy.
done. Well done.
Well done, yeah. Good boy.
Well, I think that's the least you could have done for all the guidance I gave you when you were
I taught you everything you know about the game. Oh,
like,
do you remember when got rid of him for a reason? They said you need to be taught by Dillon Lewis.
Hey, don't forget when Gethin Jenkins made you pick up stuff out of your urinals for a week.
I never actually had to do that. That wasn't me. I got changed in that little room.
He got put in his own room.
Yeah,
in the cupboard with no light.
I got segregated. Naughty boy room.
Well, I think it's important for the listeners to understand when Dillon came into Cardiff, he was pretty raw, and it became apparent within a few months that you had to get put into your place pretty quickly, didn't it? So there's a few.
There was a lot of learning curves. There was a lot of learning curves. A few bumps in the road.
There was a few bumps, but
every day's learning. We're still learning, Gareth.
Hey, look at you now, back at the Dragons and thriving.
Maybe another pod we can go through those learnings. It would be a good one.
There's a few.
I actually saved Dillon's life once too.
No, you didn't.
Me and the young Dillon Lewis were rooming together in was it Bredbury Hall? Dill?
Yeah, Bredbury Hall. One of our end of season socials or something, was it?
Oh, that was for the Grand National.
Yeah,
up at Aintree. Yeah,
that's right. And I come back to my room, and I'm with a young Dillon Lewis, and I just get hit with a smell. And it's disgusting. And I go into the bathroom, and there's projectile vomit. Literally, I mean, everywhere except the toilet. And I mean, everywhere. Showers, walls, floors. And he's on his back. He's on his back with spew on his mouth. So I put him in the recovery position and fucked him in good night. You're welcome, mate.
On the toilet floor.
Oh, it was disgusting. Good night, though,
I had a good night.
Can't remember anything. Right. Well,
I've got the photo we can chuck in with the pod if we want.
I got plenty of you, Gareth, as well. All right, don't you worry about that, chicken boy.
to be fair, I think we got ammo on each of us, so they'll probably say nothing, to be honest. Right, lads.
We had a laugh. We've had a laugh.
We've had some good times, fair play. Lads, been a pleasure. Dill, all the best to Dragons this season, and hopefully you push towards Wales. Gareth, good luck in Bayon and learning French. That's probably going to be the hardest thing, and I'm looking forward to a holiday there soon. Lads, all the best. Thanks for joining. See you soon.
Thank you very much.
Sportin Wales podcast, powered by Sinclair Group, your go-to for Welsh sports news and views.